There is a quiet trap that holds millions of people back from the life they dream about. It doesn't look dangerous. It doesn't feel like a problem at first. In fact, it often feels reasonable. People say it every day without realizing how much power they are giving away. They say things like, "I'll start when I feel motivated." They say, "I just need to get my motivation back." They say, "When I feel inspired, I'll do it." And without realizing it, they place their future in the hands of a feeling that comes and goes. Motivation feels powerful, but motivation is unreliable. Motivation is emotional energy. Sometimes it appears suddenly and makes you feel unstoppable. You wake up excited, full of energy, ready to conquer your goals. In those moments, everything feels easy. You start planning, you start working, and you believe this time will be different. But then something happens. The excitement fades. The feeling disappears. The task becomes difficult. The progress slows down. And suddenly the same person who felt unstoppable yesterday now feels stuck today. The work becomes harder. The mind begins to negotiate. The voice inside starts whispering excuses. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe later. Maybe when motivation returns. This is the cycle that traps most people. They start with motivation and stop when motivation disappears. They treat motivation like fuel for action. But motivation is not meant to carry you through the entire journey. Motivation is only meant to start the engine. What carries you forward is something far more powerful and far more reliable. That force is discipline. Discipline is not exciting at first. It does not give you the same emotional rush as motivation. It does not make dramatic promises. It does not depend on how you feel. Discipline is quieter than motivation, but it is stronger. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done even when you do not feel like doing it. This is the mental shift that changes everything. The moment you stop waiting for motivation and start building discipline, your life begins to move in a completely different direction. Because when your actions depend on motivation, you are controlled by your emotions. But when your actions are driven by discipline, you are controlled by your purpose. Think about the difference between these two mindsets. A person who waits for motivation wakes up and asks themselves a question. They ask, "Do I feel like doing this today?" If the answer is no, they stop. A disciplined person wakes up and asks a different question. They ask, "What must be done today?" And then they do it regardless of how they feel. This small difference in thinking creates a massive difference in results. One person is guided by emotions that change every day. The other person is guided by commitments that stay the same every day. One person moves forward occasionally. The other person moves forward consistently. Consistency is the real secret behind every extraordinary achievement. Not bursts of effort, not occasional inspiration. Consistency. The quiet, repeated action that happens day after day after day. Imagine two people starting the same journey. The first person only works when they feel motivated. Some days they work hard, but many days they do nothing. The second person works every day whether they feel motivated or not. At first, the difference between them may seem small, but over time, the gap becomes enormous. Because progress compounds. Every day of discipline builds momentum. Every small effort adds up over weeks, months, and years. The disciplined person transforms into someone far stronger, far more capable, and far more successful than the person who relied on motivation alone. The truth is simple but powerful. Motivation starts the journey, but discipline finishes it. One of the biggest myths people believe is that disciplined people are somehow special. They imagine that disciplined people have stronger willpower or greater natural strength. But discipline is not something you are born with. Discipline is something you build. Just like a muscle, discipline grows stronger every time you use it. The first time you force yourself to act when you do not feel like it, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind resists. Your body resists. Everything inside you wants to return to comfort. But if you push through that resistance, something changes. You prove to yourself that you are capable of acting despite discomfort. That single moment builds self-trust. The next time you face resistance, it becomes slightly easier to overcome. And every time you repeat that process, discipline grows stronger. Over time, the things that once felt difficult begin to feel normal. Waking up early becomes normal. Working consistently becomes normal. Pushing through obstacles becomes normal. And eventually discipline becomes part of your identity. When discipline becomes your identity, everything changes. You no longer negotiate with yourself. You no longer wait for the right feeling. You simply do what must be done. This identity shift is powerful because identity drives behavior. If you see yourself as someone who lacks discipline, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you see yourself as someone who keeps commitments and follows through on responsibilities, your actions will begin to match that identity. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen that identity. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken it. This is why small daily actions matter so much. They are not just tasks. They are identity builders. Discipline is built through repetition. It is built through daily choices that reinforce who you are becoming. Another important truth about discipline is that it removes decision fatigue. When you rely on motivation, you constantly debate with yourself about whether you should act. But when you build discipline, the decision is already made. The action becomes automatic. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not wait for motivation to brush your teeth. You do not ask yourself whether you feel inspired to do it. You simply do it because it is part of your routine. Discipline works the same way. When productive actions become routine, they no longer require emotional energy. They simply become part of your lifestyle. This is why routines are powerful. Routines reduce resistance. They create structure. They make disciplined behavior easier to maintain. Instead of relying on willpower every day, disciplined people design systems that support the goals. They create environments that make the right actions easier and the wrong actions harder. For example, someone who wants to build a reading habit might place a book on the bedside table. Someone who wants to exercise regularly might prepare their workout clothes the night before. These small adjustments remove friction and make disciplined action more likely. Discipline is not about suffering. Discipline is about alignment. It is about aligning your daily actions with the future you want to create. The future you imagine will never exist unless your present actions support it. Dreams alone are not enough. Goals alone are not enough. What matters is what you do today. Every day you choose comfort over discipline, you move further away from the life you want. Every day you choose discipline over comfort, you move closer to that life. Comfort is seductive because it feels good in the moment, but comfort often leads to regret later. Discipline feels difficult in the moment, but it leads to pride and freedom later. Freedom is often misunderstood. Many people believe freedom means doing whatever they feel like doing. But true freedom comes from self-control. True freedom comes from the ability to guide your own actions instead of being controlled by your impulses. Discipline gives you that power. It gives you the power to control your habits, control your focus, and control your future. There will be days when discipline feels heavy. There will be days when progress feels slow. There will be days when you question whether the effort is worth it, but remember this: progress is not always visible immediately. Many of the most important changes happen beneath the surface. Just like a seed growing underground before breaking through the soil, your efforts are building something even when you cannot see it yet. Every disciplined action strengthens your foundation. Every moment of persistence builds resilience. Every small victory strengthens your confidence. Over time, these small victories accumulate. They transform the way you think about yourself. They transform the way you approach challenges. Eventually you reach a point where quitting feels harder than continuing. Discipline becomes part of who you are. The person who once struggled to stay consistent becomes the person who refuses to quit. This transformation does not happen overnight. It happens gradually through thousands of small decisions. Every morning you choose whether to move closer to your goals or further away from them. Every day offers a new opportunity to reinforce the identity you want to build. You do not need perfect conditions to start. You do not need endless motivation. You only need a decision. A decision that says, "I will act even when I do not feel like it." A decision that says, "I will build discipline because my future matters more than my temporary comfort." A decision that says, "I refuse to let my emotions control my destiny." The moment you make that decision, you begin to take control of your life. And once you begin building discipline, something powerful happens. You start to trust yourself. You begin to realize that you are capable of far more than you once believed. You stop waiting for inspiration because you no longer need it. You become the person who creates progress through consistent action. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary. Not through rare moments of motivation, but through relentless discipline. Your potential is far greater than you realize. But potential only becomes reality through disciplined action. Stop waiting for motivation to arrive. Start building discipline today. Take one step, then another. Then another. Keep showing up, keep pushing forward. Because the life you want is built through the actions you take when motivation is nowhere to be found. And if this message resonated with you, if you are ready to stop waiting for motivation and start building the discipline that will transform your life, then make sure you support this channel. Like this video so more people can discover the power of discipline. Subscribe to the channel for more content that will strengthen your mindset and help you grow every day. And turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next video that could change the way you think, the way you act, and the direction of your life. Your future is built one disciplined action at a time. Start today.